Let's ask ourselves a very honest question, a very simple question that actually has a very simple answer. No matter how we want to dress it up, no matter how much we want to cover our sin, our fleshly desires, we have to really look at things. And we have to ask ourselves this question: who is Christmas for? Who created Christmas? Now, as I've said before, if you are a Roman Catholic, you've done nothing wrong. You've followed your masters in the Roman Catholic Church. But if you are anyone at all that is anti-Roman Catholic, you have to know this. You have to understand this. And I say have to. I think I've been pretty soft about it. I'm no better than anyone else. I was on the same road. I grew up in the church. I grew up in the Pentecostal church where there was nothing wrong with Christmas. What is wrong with you? It's not a big deal. Oh, relax. It's not that bad. So some people do the Santa Claus thing. Don't worry about it. It's all about fun. It's all about love. And see, this is what happens. This is how the devil gets a foothold. It's the little things and more and more and more. We talked about the Feast of Adam and Eve, the Roman Catholic Church. The paradise trees that became our Christmas trees, the Roman Catholic Church. Constantine and Bishop Mark, now known as a pope, who created the birth date of Christmas, or Jesus. They decided the birth date, the final one. That's the Roman Catholic Church. Then you have the German Lutheran immigrants, 1830s, and their tree worship that they brought over even from the olden days. Real olden days. You have the Roman Catholics and the pagans together. You have evergreens, holly, ivy, mistletoes, pagan roots into the Roman Catholic Church, into our modern homes today. Even the churchgoers. All churches are in nowadays. You have the candles, the gift giving, the carols. Pagan, Roman Catholic Church into every church today. You have Jeremiah 10 and Jeremiah 9:26 that we talked about. We talked about the evilness. We talked about the tree worshiping and all that happened. Pagan to Roman Catholicism to what we have today. All of it. The idolatry, the tree worship, the child sacrifices, and some of those pagan rituals. When you look at Moloch, Ashtaroth, pagan into Roman Catholicism. They just do it differently now. I was in a home today on one of my routes, and I had to drop off a nebulizer kit. I walked in, right before I walked in, I noticed above the door, as I was walking in, one of those Hindu little statues there. Well, it's like kind of a gold plated up against the door frame. And as I was walking in there, I'm like, oh, wonderful. Then to my right, I see a shrine in another room. And remember, this has no power over me. I walked into a Roman Catholic church and put gospel tracts on the bench. Those statues have no power over me. Because I don't worship them, I don't put them in my home, and I give them no thought. They have no power over me. So I saw the shrine, I saw the Hindu shrine and all this stuff over there, and I'm like, wow, lovely. And as I walked down the hallway into the kitchen and the living room, what do I see in the corner? A Christmas tree. What did I tell you? Everybody's in. So as a born-again, Bible-believing Christian, what makes you different? What makes you stand out? You're just like the world. I drove by a house this afternoon. I do not make this up. I think I'll have to find that address that I had on my tablet from work, and I'm going to have to look up the address. I'm going to drive by. I'll take a picture of it. What was outside? A giant Santa Claus. What was next to that Santa Claus? A giant cross. You know the history of Santa Claus. What makes you different? What makes you stand out? What makes you peculiar? Why are you of the world? You're not supposed to be of the world. We will have to be in the world, but we're not supposed to be of the world, and yet you are of the world. Don't tell me you're a Bible-believing Christian. Never mind that. I'll even go one step further. Even we'll go after people worse. Don't tell me you're a Bible-believing teacher, a Bible-believing preacher, and a Bible-believing pastor when you promulgate the sin decade after decade and you don't stand down from it. And you just promulgate it over and over and over again. Why? Because the donations will dry up. The offerings will dry up. The tithing which is unbiblical, will dry up. Oh no, I'll lose my congregation. Oh no, I'll lose my subscribers and followers. If everybody is in on Christmas, then those people who say they are different and they don't go to the certain things, the church buildings or anywhere else, you are just as much as sin as they are. And yes, I get it. I did it for years. Wish I never did, but I did. Because that was the norm in the church I was growing up. Am I a little angry? Take a look at that picture from Russell Stover's. Who created Christmas? Who is Christmas for? It's for the Roman Catholics in the world, but it is not for King James Bible-believing Christians. Now go ahead, splice this video, cut it up, turn it any which way you want, because you're too immature to handle the truth. God bless, and have a beautiful night.